In this video, I'm gonna talk about dominant 7th sus4, which is one of the most frequently used chords in city pop, modern jazz, and adult-oriented rock. I'll explain the basics, tension notes for the chord, and the chord shapes which are frequently used in city pop. In the next video, I will explain how to use the chord in your actual composition and songwriting. Let's start with the basics of dominant 7th sus4. The term sus stands for suspended chord, which means the third is replaced usually with either perfect fourth or major second. In case of sus4, a perfect fourth replaces the third in a chord. Therefore, the dominant 7th sus4 chord has a perfect fourth instead of major third. Here are the notes in dominant 7th. I use the example G7 here. So the dominant 7th has root, major third, perfect fifth, and flat 7th. Let's replace major third with perfect fourth. And this is dominant 7th sus4. In the example of G7th sus4 has the note C, which is perfect fourth, instead of the note B, which is major third of the chord. So let's check out the two common chord shapes of dominant 7th sus4 using the example of G7th sus4. Here is the first shape. This shape has the root note on the 6th string, and like this. Nice. You can memorize this shape by playing normal G7th. And then make the major third a half step above to perfect fourth. And you get G7 sus4. Okay, the second shape has the root note on the 5th string on guitar. It's just the same principle. If you play G7 here, and if you make major third a half step above to perfect fourth, and you get G7 sus4. Okay, that's all for today. Have a nice day, or evening, or night, or whatever. Sorry, I'm just kidding. We don't actually play these chord shapes because they are not cool enough for city pop. You gotta be as cool as Tatsuro. Use chord tensions, Luke.
Luke, trust me.
Yes, that's right. 9th and 13th are the most popular tension notes for dominant 7th sus4. So let's check out G9th sus4 and G13th sus4. G9th sus4 is G7 sus4 plus the note A, which is major 9th of G7 sus4. And here are the chord tones: G, C, D, F, and A. Okay, Luke, which triad is hidden in G9 sus4? You're wrong, Luke.
It's not true.
The answer is F major triad. Here, F, A, C are included in G9 sus4. Therefore, G9 sus4 is very often written as F over G. So it's nice to memorize this slash chord. The next one, G13th sus4, is G7 sus4 plus major 9th and major 13th, which are the note A and the note E. Here are the chord tones: G, C, D, F, A, and E. Okay, I've got a question again. Which 7th chord is hidden in G13th sus4? You're wrong, Luke. Anyway, the answer is F major 7th. Therefore, G13th sus4 is very often written as F major 7th over G. Okay, so here's a quick tip. When a chord has a lot of tension notes in it, the chord is often written as a slash chord to make it look simpler. It's very useful to memorize some slash chords. When you see a slash chord having a whole tone below major chord on the top of the slash chord, it's a dominant 7th sus4 chord with tension notes. For example, B flat over C. Like B flat is a whole tone below major chord from C. and this is C9 sus4. And if you see a chord written like D major 7th over E, it's E13th sus4. If the chord here is major 7th, this entire chord is 13th sus4. Probably you have seen this kind of slash chords in my other videos like chord chart videos, backing tracks, and so on. Okay, I'll show you two most popular chord shapes for dominant 7 sus4 with tension notes, which is the cooler version. Okay, so here is the first shape for G9 sus4. It has the root note on the 6th string. The easiest way to memorize this chord shape is to play F major. Then you move the bass note F to the note G. Okay, the next one, G13th sus4, which is like this. It's much nicer, isn't it? This time, play F major 7th, like this. Then change the bass note from F to G. Then you get F major 7th over G, which is G13th sus4. Can you feel that this G13th sus4 sounds cooler than normal G7 sus4 without any tension notes? So here is the normal one without tension notes. Yeah, that's okay. And here it's G13th sus4. Much cooler, right? Okay, let's move on to the second shape. This shape has the root note on the 5th string, and G9 sus4 is like this. It's actually one of the most easiest chords to play, because you only use one finger, and just like this. And to understand this chord shape, let's play F major and then move the bass note from F to G. Let's find F major triad. It's here. And you change the bass note from F to G. And you get F over G, which is G9th sus4. Okay, let's move on to G13th sus4, which is like this. I love this chord. And it's the same principle. So let's find F major 7th. It's here. By the way, I try to say. This major 7th chord shape is the one John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers uses. For example, the song's called Under the Bridge and I Could Die For You. Please leave a comment if you want to know about it more. But anyway, from this major 7th shape, change the bass note F to G and you get this. Once you remember the sound of dominant 7 sus4, which is distinctive, modern, cool and open, you'll hear how often it's used in city pop. That's all for the basics of dominant 7 sus4. In the next episode, I'll explain how to use this chord in your composition with the actual city pop songs examples. If you don't want to miss it, or if you want to be the sus4 master, or if you want to hear my new city pop songs, please don't forget to subscribe, press the bell icon to get a notification, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, I'm Masa, see you next time. Okay, done. Mom, I wanted to have Japanese tea. Not the f***ing blue milk. It's f***ing smelly, man. And Luke is not my friend anymore.